They want people to worship machines now.
They're insane.
Gods.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, the AI stuff forever about that. But yeah, this entire event,
dude, we've been alive for some pretty big moments. We lived through the first lockdown ever due to a virus, COVID-19, and now we live through an assassination attempt on a president, all within 5 years.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit going on, dude, in the world.
If I were today. You want me to give you? It
almost makes me feel bad for bringing a child into all this.
You want me to give you the highlights of from when I was born?
Yeah.
So the year I was born, Elvis died.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but he's just celebrities. I mean, Prince died too.
That was huge.
Yeah. So same with Prince, though.
It's not the same.
I don't know. Prince, I think he's up there. Elvis is probably above him, but like Prince is maybe like Elvis, dude.
Okay.
That was a big deal.
Whatever.
Come on, come on, man.
Okay. When people watched the NBA in the 80s and the gross viewership was higher then than it is now, it doesn't even tell you how little interest there is in the NBA now. And yet they make it seem like it's this giant deal.
Oh man, dude,
It's the same kind of thing, right?
I have been getting a kick watching just listening to guys talk about Bronny James. They're obsessed with him.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them, they're just following.
But it's just something to talk about. I get it. LeBron James kid. And I do think it's cool to see a father and son duo play together on this team.
No, but LeBron James hasn't been a basketball player for 10 years.
What do you mean? He's first NBA's leading scorer.
Yeah, I know. And if you put Jim Brown on a basketball court and let him run people over and shove a ball in the hoop, he'd have 50,000 points. LeBron James hasn't played basketball for like 10 years. He's been playing the position of offensive lineman basically for this whole time. And I've watched so many guys do breakdowns of so many games. He's not a basketball player. He's still in really good shape and a great athlete, but he doesn't actually care about basketball at all. The only thing he cares about is whether or not people will give him the adoration that he wants. He doesn't care about basketball. Obviously,
he cares about basketball.
No, he doesn't.
He cares.
No.
It's his fucking life.
No, he only cares about being able to promote himself as the best ever. It wouldn't matter if he decided to play basketball or badminton.
Has he called himself the best ever?
No, he did it after they beat the Golden State Warriors when he went back to Cleveland.
Yeah, but Jason Tatum just called himself the best ever too.
Well, Jason Tatum's an idiot. Oh my God!
No, I watched. I wanted an article. So he picked up his son. His son goes, "You're the best player in the world, Daddy." Tatum's response to it: "You're damn right I am."
Oh my God! The lack of humility. They were so stupid. These guys, they don't really care about basketball at all either, because they don't know anything about the players that came before them. Do these guys?
They know about.
They don't know enough. I mean, holy crap! Jason Tatum was alive before Kobe died.
Yeah, he trained with Kobe. No, he trained with Kobe.
Kobe Bryant never, ever even approached saying anything as stupid as "I'm the best basketball player ever." He had the killer instinct, and he wanted to go after all of it. But you know what? He never went and switched teams because he needed help. He played out his career with the team he was drafted to. He's an all-timer. I wouldn't say he's the best ever. I wouldn't say Michael Jordan's the best ever, but Michael Jordan was the same way. He got drafted to a team, and when he got there, it was all about throwing down the gauntlet and saying, "I'm here. I am the best player, and I'm going to prove it."
Yep.
It took him 7 years to get to an NBA Finals, but then he won 3 in a row. And
never lost in the finals too.
Then you have that break that I'm very convinced had something to do with the top of a pyramid somewhere. Then he comes back and he wins 3 more in a row.
Yep.
So those guys, Kobe and Michael Jordan, as far as their career trajectory, not bailing out on the team they were drafted by and actually showing up and proving, I'm the leader of a team that won championships.
Yeah.
That's what it was about for them. None of these guys today have. But there's only a couple who have any of that mentality. Jokic does. I think Anthony Edwards does. I don't think any of those characters on Oklahoma City, I don't think any of them are like that.
Kevin Durant.
The guy, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, neither one of them is like that.
What about KD, Steph Curry?
No.
Kevin Durant sold his basketball.
Kevin Durant
he sold his basketball short. Golden State Warriors.
He gave up on that aspect of like his character when he left Oklahoma City to go to Golden State. That was pathetic. Everybody said it was pathetic at the time.
You know what he needs to do to redeem himself?
He
go back to OKC and give him a championship.
No,
just like LeBron did with Cleveland.
No, I think that team right now is better than any of the OKC teams he was on. Why would you bring an old, busted, selfish asshole like that back to a team? I wouldn't want him.
I was a big Kevin Durant fan.
Oh, God.
I still am.
That's just when they came into the league, I was like that with both of them. I'm like, man, these guys are fun to watch.
Yep.
I wanted to see him win.
Me too.
But the moment they bailed, I said, no, I'm done with you. You guys suck. Taking my talents to South Beach. Just a giant, what a sellout. In sports, that's about as weak as it gets. Basically, two other top 15 players in the league
for doing it before all of them going to Boston. You're not. Oh,
no,
come
on. No. See, and here's the difference. And I've watched guys actually break this down because I knew you just didn't have the same feeling. Like when everybody around the league, I think just basketball fans in general, even Timberwolves fans. He was already 31 or 32 years old at that time.
He was past his prime.
He had been here for at least a dozen years, suffering through the stupid Minnesota sports garbage. I think every basketball fan in the country got up and cheered
when he finally won.
We finally get to see him have a chance to give his all on a decent team.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Ray Allen was already in his 30s. All three of them were already in their early to mid 30s that season that they played together and won that championship. Not the same as 25, 26-year-old LeBron James going to join 25-year-old Dwayne Wade and 25-year-old Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh had made like 4 All-Star games already at that point and was still in his mid-20s. I mean, that was just that. LeBron James is disgusting. I can't stand him.
They also only won that one championship, and they lost to.
Well, they won 2.
So they won 2. Okay, but they lost to Kobe, and that was, I think, Kobe probably his most meaningful NBA Finals that he's ever won, because I think that's the one he did without Shaq.
Well, he won 2 without Shaq.
Yeah, and one of them was against
with Paul Gasol,
and one of those was against KG.
But that Miami Heat team, the one that really showed was the Mavs losing to the Mavs.
Yeah, it did.
Boy, that
that
is one of the most pathetic finals performances in NBA.
But you know
history.
what? Speaking of being happy to see players win a championship, so one of my favorite players going up also was Vince Carter, and he was late 30s on that Mavs team when they beat Miami Heat, and he finally got a ring.
Yeah, Vince Carter.
When I stood up. I was like, "You fucking got one."
Yeah,
bro.
he was always fun to watch.
He fucking got one.
Man, I made an analogy from the NBA, and then we got stuck on the NBA. How did we do that?
It's okay. It doesn't matter.
Right. So where are we at? Kind of time frame?
45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So
now what was I?
So we were just.
What was I?
So I got you. We were just talking about correlate what President Trump has in common with the other 4 presidents that got assassinated, and then you were talking about John F. Kennedy and saying talking about how him and Trump have a lot of like characteristics in common, and then we somehow got into the NBA rant, but that's okay.
No, and you were talking about how this past 5 years has been full of so many crazy things happening, and then I was gonna do a day I was born forward and doing the high points of it. And on the first thing we got sidetracked because I said Elvis died. He's like, well, Prince died. Like, and then I tried to explain why it wasn't the same